Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. So, more positive news from a Manchester United perspective. According to Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United have agreed a deal to sign Amad Traore from Atlanta. We will be getting him in January. I think we've agreed a fee of around €30 million. That equates to around 27 million in pounds sterling. Also, add-ons could be included in the deal. We've obviously failed to arrange work permit. This is why obviously we're not getting him at this moment in time. Now, Amad Traore was close to joining Parma on loan. And he was going to be on loan with them at least until January. But obviously, his move to Parma did not materialise. We've been in for Amad Traore before. Last year, he became the first player born in 2002 to score a goal in the Serie A. And he is only the age of 18. He's predominantly a right winger. So this is more good news from a Manchester United perspective. Now, I want to delve into some news on Dembele and Jadon Sancho. So Dembele to Manchester United, Jadon Sancho to Manchester United is looking unlikely now. Now, we've obviously inquired about getting Dembele on loan. I don't think we've got any intentions of getting him permanently. Now, Barcelona are obviously looking to sell Dembele. They have now found their replacement for Dembele, and that is Memphis Depay from Lyon. I think Barcelona are getting him for around 25 million or just over 25 million pounds, and he's going to be signing a 5-year contract with Barcelona. Now, Dembele's preference was recently to stay at Barcelona and fight for his place. Now, Dembele has been at Barcelona now for around 3 years or so. He's made 75 appearances in all competitions. He has got a contract with Barcelona till 2022. Barcelona got him in a deal worth 135 million from Borussia Dortmund back in 2017. Barca paid, was it around 96 or 97 million up front with around 40 million in add-ons. My element of concern about Dembele is that he is injury prone. Dembele can play as a left winger, he can play as a right winger, and he can also play as a striker, and he is only the age of 23. Fabrizio Romano recently revealed that Dembele had said no to a loan move to Liverpool. Liverpool inquired about getting him in July. I think Liverpool are considering making a move for him now. I think last year he turned down a permanent move to Juventus. Now, we have been in advanced negotiations with Barcelona regarding Dembele. Paul Pogba has also been talking with Dembele, trying to convince him to come to the football club. Getting Dembele permanently, he would probably cost us around £50 million. But he has been one of our alternatives to Sancho. But maybe we're not going to get him in now anyway. Sancho to Manchester United, going to fully disregard it happening now. He's going to be staying at Dortmund for at least another season. Michael Zorg, Borussia Dortmund sporting director, he's already confirmed this. He said it several times. Lucien Favre, Borussia Dortmund's boss, has said Sancho's staying. And Sebastian Kehl, Dortmund's head of football, he also said he's staying. Now, reports said earlier on today that Jadon Sancho had flew into England and could still complete a transfer deadline day move to Manchester United. Now, I think recently Ed Woodward had submitted around a £110 million bid. We'd offered 95 million, and it said it'd be paid in instalments of £19 million. And an extra £15 million, reflecting on what Sancho achieves at the club. Now, Sky Sports said last week that we had a £91.3 million bid turned down for Sancho. We'd offered £73 million up front with £18 million in add-ons. It fueled speculation recently though, because Sancho was withdrawn from Dortmund's squad in their game against Freiburg. Dortmund won that game 4-0. I think Sancho was dropped because he was out with illness. Dortmund, not so long ago, played Bayern Munich in the German Super Cup, and Sancho was also withdrawn from Dortmund's squad then. But it does say, that Sancho has agreed personal terms with Man United, and it says he's agreed a contract worth around 340 grand a week. But Borussia Dortmund's valuation is £108 million. Dortmund have said they will not let him go for anything less than £108 million. Like I've said throughout the course of this Jadon Sancho transfer saga, it has been Borussia Dortmund's asking price that has been the stumbling block. But Solskjaer's held quite a few talks with the player, and I heard Sancho telling him that, he wants to come to the football club. But Fabrizio Romano, he's spoken about the Jadon Sancho transfer saga a few times. Christian Falk has also spoken about it. I think James Cooper's also mentioned Sancho a few times, and James Cooper tends to be close to Manchester United. But Sancho was saying last week that he believes his move to Man United will happen before the deadline day. And he's, in a way, was trying to force a move to Manchester United, So it's looking likely Sancho and Dembele aren't going to be coming into the club. But we may now not ever sign Sancho because, like I said, next year we will face competition for him. And if Sancho does well at Dortmund this season, Dortmund next summer would probably want more than £108 million. Sancho still got a contract with Dortmund until 2023. Dortmund only paid £8 million for him from Manchester City, didn't they? The main explanation why he left Manchester City is because he didn't get assured any first team opportunities. Now, it is official. Manchester United have signed Edison Cavani and Alex Telles. They are both at the training ground undergoing their medicals. That's the latest. We've obviously signed Edison Cavani on a free transfer. He's signed a 2-year contract with Manchester United that will keep him at the club until 2022, and we are paying him around £200,000 a week. Edison Cavani is one of the highest paid players now at Manchester United. Edison Cavani did leave PSG earlier on this summer. He was a long-serving player at PSG. He enjoyed around 7 seasons with them. He scored 200 goals in 301 games in all competitions. He scored 50 goals in 116 internationals for Uruguay. When PSG did get him, they paid €64 million for him from Napoli. I think he'll do well for Man United, to be honest with you. He will be the next Zlatan Ibrahimovic. But is he going to get starts, Edison Cavani? It will provide competition now for Anthony Martial, to be fair. Cavani could be making his debut for the club against Newcastle after the international break. Don't forget, Martial got sent off in the 6-1 loss yesterday, so he's going to be suspended for at least 1 game. Alex Telles, he's a very, very good signing for Manchester United. He's predominantly a left-back, and he always said Manchester United needed a left-back, didn't I? Now Alex Telles has come in. He will be our first choice left-back. Luke Shaw probably won't even be there now, obviously. And I wonder what's going to happen with Williams now that Alex Telles has come in. We won't let Brandon Williams go. We won't even loan Brandon Williams out. But yeah, we've got Telles for around, is it 15.4 million? I think there's like 1.3 million, is it, in add-ons included. Alex Telles has signed a 5-year deal with Manchester United that will keep him under contract with the club until 2025. At one point, though, I didn't think we was going to get Alex Telles on the board because Porto were saying to us that they wanted around £18 million. We obviously wasn't willing to meet their £18 million valuation, you know. We was only willing to pay around £12 million at one point. But we've just managed to convince Porto to settle, you know, for what we've offered. Because from a Porto perspective, they'll see it as that, you know, we've cashed him in on him now. And, you know, it'd have been better. It's better than letting him go on a free next year. Because he was in the final year of his contract with Porto, wasn't he? Sky Sports actually said that Porto wanted just over £22 million. And I think it's also mentioned yesterday we had a £15.4 million bid turned down. This was before we kicked off our game against Tottenham. Alex Telles at Porto did have a £36 million release clause, didn't he? He was at Porto for a good 4 years or so. Scored 21 goals in 127 games. You know, before he was at Porto, he was at Inter Milan. He was on loan with Inter Milan. Before then, he was at Galatasaray. When he was younger, he played for Grêmio, Juventude. He is the age of 27, so he's highly experienced. So yeah, that's 3 signings now Manchester United have made in this summer transfer window. You know, Van der Beek, Edison Cavani and Alex Telles. And Alex Telles will be making his debut in the game against Newcastle. But I still think that Woodward, the Glazers and Matt Judge have failed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United. Because I think throughout the course of this summer transfer window, Solskjaer has not been backed enough. And I think he does deserve more backing as Manchester United manager. And Solskjaer has revealed quite a few times throughout the course of this summer transfer window that he's been very infuriated with the board. Main explanation is over the lack of transfer business. But we've been very critical of the board for several years anyway. Obviously, you know, Woodward's been at the football club since 2012, so he's been with us around 8 years. The Glazers have been at the football club since 2005. You know, they've been with us around 15 years. And Matt Judge has been at the football club around 7 years or so now. He has been a transfer negotiator at Man United since 2016. But there's a lot of Manchester United fans that are demanding the board out. And don't forget, we've missed out on quite a lot of targets in this summer transfer window. You know, we missed out on Reguilon. Doesn't matter now, we've got Telles anyway. You know, we missed out on Bailey, who went back to Tottenham. Jack Grealish, he signed a 5-year deal with Aston Villa a few weeks ago. We missed out on Erling Haaland in January. We also missed out on Jude Bellingham, didn't we, as well? And obviously, you know, there's teams around us that have also done very, very good recruitment. Solskjaer has spent a good £250 million now at Manchester United, hasn't he? I'm hopeful that we can offload a few more players before the transfer window shuts at 11 tonight. Because for the vast majority of this summer transfer window, departures have proven to be difficult, not only bringing players in. You know, 2 players recently left Manchester United, and that was Diego Dalot. He went out on loan with AC Milan. And Andres Pereira, he went on a 1-season loan with Lazio. And there's obviously, you know, a lot of players that have left under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. You know, we obviously seen the likes of Lukaku leave, Sanchez, Ander Herrera, Fellaini, Darmian, Valencia, Young, Angel Gomez. Like I mentioned, we've loaned a few players out. But the players we have been looking to get rid of is obviously, you know, Jesse Lingard. There's been rumours of him leaving the club. Chris Smalling there's been rumours of him leaving the club, but now I heard that Chris Smalling's set to stay at Manchester United. I think we've said we want just over £16 million for Smalling. I heard that Roma were preparing to put another bid in work there. We've already turned the £12 million bid down from Roma. Don't forget Smalling was out on loan with Roma last season. Smalling's been long serving at the club. He's been at Manchester United now a good 9 years or so. He's been with us since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. I think Smalling's made around 323 appearances for us in all competitions. Jones, he's another player we're looking to offload. I think Newcastle are the ones that are interested in Phil Jones. Phil Jones has been with us since the Ferguson era. We paid just over £16 million for him from Blackburn back in 2011, or was it 2012? Doesn't get in the team now, no. Rojo, he's also another player we've been looking to offload. Rojo hasn't really established himself as a first-team regular at Manchester United since his arrival from Sporting Lisbon. We paid £16 million for Rojo from Sporting Lisbon, didn't we? Don't forget last season he was out on loan with Estudiantes. Sergio Romero, he's now our third choice goalkeeper, so like it mentioned, he's open to leaving the football club. Solskjaer recently said that he's prepared to sell Daniel James for around £25 million. He said we'd only let Daniel James go if we can get a winger on the board. And Ahmad Traore is coming in, but not until January, obviously. So, yeah. But this season is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's second full season as Manchester United manager. And we have not had a good start to this season. Obviously had that opening day defeat against Crystal Palace by 3-1. That was our worst defeat on an opening day of a Premier League season since 1995. Obviously, we lost to Tottenham yesterday by 6-1. Our worst defeat since Alex Ferguson's retirement. And also our heaviest defeat at Old Trafford since the 6-1 game against Manchester City back in 2011. And it's the first time we've lost our it's the first time we've lost our first two home games in the league in 34 years. To be honest with you, we was lucky to beat Brighton the other week in the league. We're beating them by 3-2. And there's a lot of Manchester United fans now that think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer isn't the right manager for the club. I definitely believe now he will be under serious pressure. I don't think the club will sack him at the moment. But if this inconsistency continues, then he will end up getting sacked by the club. Some of the blame does stem from Solskjaer for the inconsistency, but definitely, players have got to take responsibility. But I said, for Solskjaer to keep his job at Manchester United, he's got to guide us to a top 4 finish this season and win a trophy. And it's not looking like that's going to happen, the way we're playing at the moment. We need to win a trophy because we've not yet won out in terms of silverware under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. And we haven't won a trophy for over 3 years. And like I said, prior to the start of this season, Solskjaer's obviously got to exceed his expectations if he's to stay at Manchester United. Last season was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first full season at the club. Obviously, got us qualification for the Champions League. We also finished third and we did progress to 3 semi-finals. But now, at this moment in time, we're in a similar situation to what we was in at the first part of last season, because don't forget the first part of last season, we enjoyed our worst start ever to a Premier League season. But if Manchester United did sack Solskjaer, who would come in to replace him? I think there's a lot of Manchester United fans that are demanding Mauricio Pochettino in. Mauricio Pochettino's a good manager. He's proven in the Premier League, did enjoy 5.5 years with Tottenham, got Tottenham to the Champions League final in 2018, but my only element of concern about Pochettino is not won out in terms of silverware. Massimiliano Allegri, would you take him? Don't forget at one point Zinedine Zidane was linked with a managerial role at Manchester United. But I just think personally we've got to get a manager in who will suit the strappings of the club, and a manager in with a proven pedigree, such as a Pep Guardiola or a Jurgen Klopp for prime example. I'm beginning to think now, Ollie is not the right man for Manchester United. He's not the right man. But, he's been at the football club now almost 2 years as the Norwegian. But don't get me wrong, we've had some good periods under the Solskjaer era. We did well in that 3-month period when he was the interim manager. Also, we went on a 19-game unbeaten run. We went on a 14-game unbeaten run in the league, and 2 Crystal Palace had beaten us. I think, we just give Solskjaer the job too early. But the main explanation we're giving the job permanently was reflecting on what he did in that 3-month period when he was the interim manager. If we did sack Solskjaer, maybe some Manchester United fans believe that it wouldn't solve a lot. It wouldn't solve a lot, really. It wouldn't. We're not really known as a sacking football club, despite the fact that we've sacked 3 managers since the Ferguson era. We sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho, didn't we? So Solskjaer's our 4th permanent manager since the Ferguson era. But in the last 7 years, we've had different managers with different philosophies. We spent close to the £1 billion range on players. We've recruited over 30-odd players in since the Ferguson era. Over the years, we've bought players like, obviously, Fellaini in, Juan Mata. Brought players like Schneidlin in, Sebastian Schweinsteiger, Di Maria, Falcao, Memphis Depay, Rojo, Darmian, Martial, Shaw, Herrera, Valdez, Romero. Obviously, brought the likes of Fred in, Matic in, Pogba in, Lee Grant in, Delo in, Bay in, Lindelof in, Ibrahimovic in, Sanchez in, Mkhitaryan in. So they're the players that we've brought in over the years. And we've only won 3 trophies since Alex Ferguson's retirement. And that was the FA Cup under Van Gaal and the Europa League and the League Cup under Jose Mourinho. Don't forget. But like I've said to you before, it's going to be hard for any manager at Manchester United to replicate Ferguson's legacy or to last as long as Sir Alex Ferguson did. Ferguson endured 20-odd years at the football club, won a total of 38 major honours. Didn't settle in straight away though, Ferguson, because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Manchester United. But the success came under Ferguson. Since he left, we've been inconsistent. Before Ferguson ever came in, we was inconsistent because we weren't good under Ron Atkinson. We weren't good under Franco Farrell. We actually got relegated under Franco Farrell back in 1974. We was also very, very poor under Wilf McGuinness, weren't we? But I think we are at least 4 to 5 years off from winning the Premier League title. We're probably at least a year or so off, from mounting any title challenge up. We're not good enough to mount a title challenge up at the moment. We have not won the Premier League since 2013. So last time won it was in Sir Alex Ferguson's last season. We are the most successful team in Premier League history because we have won 20 titles and 13 of them are Premier League titles and that. We haven't won the Champions League since 2008, so that's around 12 years or so ago. Now we've won the Champions League obviously 3 times. But there's players at Manchester United that are obviously inconsistent. I think Wan-Bissaka, he's started the season poor. He really, really has. And Wan-Bissaka, we've got to see attacking intent from him because that's what he's lacking at the moment. Harry Maguire, he started the season very, very poor. Made obviously 2 errors yesterday. That led to 2 of Tottenham's goals. Bay, he was poor yesterday. He'll play more regular this season. He'll start ahead of Victor Lindelof, but he was accountable for one of the goals, definitely. My element of concern about Bay is that he's injury prone. I don't think De Gea is no longer good now, and I think Solskjaer's just got to put Dean Henderson as number one instead of keeping David De Gea as number one. David De Gea has conceded 11 goals in his last 3 games. I don't think Lindelof's good enough to represent the club. Luke Shaw, I don't think he's had a good start to the season, and he's injury prone anyway. Fred, he hasn't been that good. You know, McTominay, he hasn't been that good. Pogba, he's had an abysmal start to the season. Give the ball away far too many times. You know, Martial, he hasn't had a brilliant start to the season either. I think Rashford's done okay, to be fair. Greenwood's done okay. But basically, you know, the squad's not good enough. And there's still key areas where Man United are lacking. You know, we still got to get a centre-half in. There's a lot of United fans saying we've got to get a centre-half in. We need someone alongside Maguire. We obviously need a right winger. We're getting that right winger in January through Amad Traore. So, we still need to make more signings. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.